So, Toby, where are you going now?
Uh,
I mean,
I'm gonna build a spaceship and take it up. No problem, sorry man. I am, tomorrow morning, I gotta get up at, I'll look you in the eyes. Tomorrow morning, I gotta get up at 6 in the morning and walk out of this town. I think it's that way, there's a river there, and walk out to the highway and a bit of fucking cardboard. Write Portugal on it and stand there like a clown for 2 hours while people pass me and laugh at me like a highway clown, and hopefully get picked up and go to Portugal. And don't know. I open up the road. I don't know who I'm going to meet, but my dream's to go down to Morocco now. I've been in Europe for a while now, and I'm kind of sick of beautiful things. I want to see a bit more dangerous. I want to smell new smells and flavours, and I want to go over to North Africa on the top along the coast, and I get into a bit of trouble, but safe trouble. Yeah, just set a name for Cairo, so I can sit down and have my beer at the end, even though you can't drink beer in Cairo. Sit down and just drink beer and go, I made it. I tested people, the top of North Africa in summertime. As scary as it might sound, it's fine. That's kind of what I want to achieve. So, yeah, that's where I'm going, man.
what do you think about Spain?
Coming out of a cold, hard France, top of France, and a hard England, coming down day by day, changing weather by weather. Amazing. Coming, there's a bit of life, and people pull their tables out on the streets, and the kids are running around at midnight, like little zombie kids with droopy eyes, and they're all having their dinner. You come out, you go out into the bars and the streets, and there's festivals. I'm running away from bulls or getting tomatoes thrown at my head, but always a bit of life in people, yeah. Which is important, because you go through Germany around when it's cold. As lovely as people are, it's quite gloomy to look out your window and see rain, and then go outside onto a hard street with hard faces all the time. So I'm kind of digging Spain, yeah. Even though it's just odd. You're young, you feel like you're with the people, but when you're lost in translation, there's different languages around you all the time. It's quite hard. It's detaching. I like to speak Spanish and play football and be a real local dude in Salamanca, but yeah, I travel through places too quickly. Spain rocks, man. Me gusta mucho España.
Why you decide to start traveling around Europe?
I think it's a calling that everyone hears every now and then. I was working in the film industry, young and stupid, had a little bit of money in my bank account, walked around every day and saw people in a routine or in a traffic jam, congested into life, and I looked at them and said, I don't want to be like that. So I opened up a map of Europe, and I threw my thumb onto London and bought a plane ticket, sold my car, swapped it for a leather jacket, strung my guitar up and just sat at the airport and waited for the plane to take off at the time. The most excited kid in the world. So yeah, I think it's just it never said I have to travel. It just felt the right thing to do at the time.
How long you been traveling?
Shit, what's a day? Days fly, man. I think it's been a year now. A year. About 2,000 sunsets and 2,000 cars later. So about a year.
So
through winter, basically, yeah.
So what was your best experience in this year? Traveling, I mean.
Like a moment?
Yeah.
A moment? Alright, the first thing that I just think about is wintertime again, waking up in old sheets with bugs inside, a bit itchy skin though, but I woke up to the sound of this bell and the smell of fire in the air, and I woke up and looked around and realised that I was sleeping in a tree house 20 metres above the earth. Sometimes when you wake up when you're travelling, you forget where you are. It takes you a few seconds to remember, okay, I'm here. And I was in Bruges in a forest, and I got picked up by someone in Dover in England to hitchhike across on the boat to get to France, Calais, and he happened to be going to Bruges, so he took me to this tree activist community that had built this community in the treetops with hanging ropes and just real houses, real geniuses as they craft, you know, just young hippies basically. So I got up in the morning and put my what do they call it, 8 sling, figure eight tie my rope on it and let my weight down, and halfway down I realised this is probably the coolest thing I've done, living in the trees, abseiling down to my morning addiction, which is coffee. And yeah, I hung up there and had a little moment in the winter time in Bruges with the trees. So that was a cool moment, yeah.
And what would be one of the worst experiences in this year?
Winter time in Scotland, no friends as usual, solo. I was in the Highlands of Scotland, auto stopping around. I wanted to get from the top of Scotland down to Dover, where I met before I went to Bruges. But the night fell as it does, and I had nowhere to sleep, so I had to go into this farm shed. And it was quite a nice day for a Scotland winter. During the day, it was a nice day. But 2 o'clock in the morning, I woke up to a white sky, and my whole self covered in snow, and my sleeping bag made out of goose feathers just completely soaking wet. And it was the most isolating morning I've had, of fear of being cold and quite sick, you know, and nowhere to go. The roads covered in snow. You know. Beautiful as it was quite scary. Yeah, but I dried off and had another coffee and put my thumb out, and some dude picked me up in Scotland, and a happy moment occurred later.